Hello everyone, I am once again continuing my trend of not doing overrated suits. Anyways, so this is the Aqua Gym. Aquatic Gym? Aqua Gym? Aquatic Gym? It's something like that. It's the gym that goes underwater. Fun suit. I enjoy using it. I like to use it. Most people run it with the harpoon gun, but I've got the torpedo gun here instead. Torpedo gun it's got the rapid fire torpedoes you saw before, as well as these large missiles here that stun on hit. It then has the claw anchor. Yeah, it's got the anchor that you saw me use right there before. Anchor does, I believe, heavy stagger when it lands, and it's got the torpedo launchers. Those there, the shoulder-mounted torpedo launchers that you can use while boosting. So those are fun. It's got a lot of tools to deal a lot of damage. It's got a lot of tools to deal just a lot of continuous damage, particularly when you're using that. That's why I like to use the torpedo launcher, because you've got the torpedoes that launch from the shoulders, and then you also have the torpedoes that launch from the gun now. And it's just, you know, rapid fire, quick reload weapon with another rapid fire, quick reload weapon. So it just keeps spitting damage, which is fun. And then, of course, you still have the stun with the big rockets. That lets you move in with your anchor. So you've still got the go-to combo with this thing with the harpoon gun is you stun with the harpoons, then you stagger with the anchor, and then you move in with the beam pick. It's melee weapon, and you do a nasty downswing and then hit people while they're down. That still works with this gun arrangement, but now you have more combat options. Mind you, the harpoon gun does reset pretty fast. So the harpoon gun, it's been a little bit since I used it, but if I remember correctly, it's got a decent cooldown on it, but its reload is almost the same as its cooldown. So the result is that you're spitting out stuns on a very consistent basis. Also, the projectile velocity is super high, so it's easier to hit with than some of the other beam rifles. Yeah, it's a good gun. It's a good gun. I just prefer this one because I like having different options. Gives me more of a backup in emergency situations. Both of them are good weapons, though, so it really just boils down to preference. If I remember correctly, too, so it has underwater specialization, and I believe that gives it the ability to, with its main weapon, boost while firing. So the rapid fire shot on the missile launcher can be used while boosting while underwater. So that's cool. That's actually really cool too. You can see it does good damage on those rockets too. I think that was against, yeah, that was against type, though, so keep that in mind, too. That got a bonus on that hit because it was a raid I was hitting, so get that nice general raid bonus going. Ooh, but here we're going to go in. Oh, so he got, yeah, so the anchor does do heavy stagger. So we got our stun, but unfortunately his anchor did better stun. But that's fine, because we're just going to spit damage with those rockets. Yeah, they got him before I fired, so that was a wasted shot there. That's the one thing, though. They can be a little tricky to hit, the rockets, since they do have, or the torpedoes. I think they call them missiles, too, if you actually look at the information on screen. Yeah, missile launcher. They're torpedoes. See, missile launcher. I think they are supposed to be torpedoes, but, you know, functionally it's the same thing in this case, so. Yeah, but they've got that lower projectile velocity, so that is the one thing you have to keep a mind on. You gotta lead shots. You gotta lead your shots a lot, because they do have that lower velocity. I think they've got decent range on them, though. Yeah, they have decent range. They do good damage when you stack them all together. They can stun, but they're not going to hit a whole lot unless you lead your shots really far. So, just things to be aware of. Unfortunately, we're getting a little bit crowded here. We've got two of them. Yeah, there they go. Two of them came from either side, but with legs gone and with health low, not much to do there. But we are going to... Well, hopefully we're going to hold out since nobody else is alive right now. Yeah, it looks like that's what we're doing. We're just waiting for more people to spawn in. Or to ready up, I mean. So that we can spawn in a group rather than spawning in by ourselves, because we'll just die if we try and do that. Okay. Now that other people are starting to show up, now we're going to go back into it. Oof. What you can see here, too, with them is not the worst idea on this map with that water source in the middle. Like, if you've got a larger degree, it looks like they have a lot of aquatic suits, but jumping into the water against a team full of aquatic suits is not always the best idea. It can be better to just stay up on the top of the ledge like that. And then if you have the majority of aquatic suits, don't just wait in the water for people to jump in either, because you definitely have an advantage underwater. Like, especially with, I mentioned this thing can boost while shooting its main weapon. A lot of the aquatic types can. And that lets you do so much weird maneuverability stuff that other suits can't do while underwater. But if everybody's waiting above the ledge and shooting down at you, and you've now got awkward attack angles to work with, and it's harder to hit them, you're just looking to die at that point. It's not helping you. So if people aren't fighting in the water, you cannot just sit and wait for them to come down to you, particularly if you're already at a disadvantage. If you don't have the lead, breaking his shield there saved me, if you notice that. He was coming in for melee, and one of my torpedoes just happened to finish him off. Oh, there's a kill with the anchor, so that's great. Yeah, you can see I'm readied up with the rifle, so that's how you know he can actually still shoot it. That is actually a good tell for a lot of weapons, if they actually ready up, because otherwise they'll drop them to their side while they're boosting. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do much else here. Time ran out. But overall, good suit. Pretty decent match. Oh, you can see, yeah, those two guys there. The other Aqua Gems there, they've got the torpedo gun. Or, sorry, I've got the torpedo gun. They're carrying the harpoon gun. So it's got 4 shots on it. It's a neat gun. I like my torpedo gun more, but it's definitely a gun worth using. I think it's the Gym 2 that can also use it as well. So that's really neat. If you use the Gym 2, it's worth checking out, because other than that, you've got the Gym 2 beam rifle. It's either the Gym 2 or the Gym 3. I think it was the Gym 2, though. You've either got the Gym 2 beam rifle, or you've got the harpoon gun from the Aqua Gym that you can use. And both of them are decent weapons. I actually kind of like the harpoon gun more. I think the harpoon gun's a better weapon, but it's worth experimenting with. Always experiment with your different weapons. It's worth at least knowing what's there. All right. But with that, that wraps up this video, and I will see you next time.